So here I am going over my Facebook. You see these two guys? They made ancient aliens. What a load of crap, because they give you so much info of what we could study, but there's never ever an answer that is 100% for all the studies in which they pretend they've done. When I look at all of the research that I've done over the time, even asking Mother Earth, all four elements in Jesus, and then it says, do the right thing. Do what's right, not what you should do. When you go over looking at every single thing that I've ever written, in history, witches were executed. When priests meant evil in real life, exorcisms, they were using witchcraft, believe it or not. You can't get rid of black magic without using magic, good or bad. There is a natural position of sorcery, FYI, natural power, but seeing so much and adapting to energies and frequencies to transmit and formation is truly a blessing, but a curse if not enough. Listen and pay attention to definition, precise and subliminal detail. If God is life as a seed to help become a tree, as God is the giver of life to exist. This is real stuff. I don't make this up, and this isn't stuff that was written before. You know what I mean? This is me kind of either making my own to explain, or, for instance, just, pretty much somehow revising something that you probably know is like similar in a sense. Now, look at that. You see the four elements? This is from way back in the day. You know what I mean? And then you look at those, you see how all of those were all different types, from Thali to Christian to Indian to Chinese. Those were all symbols that we used back and forth, not just Nazi. You see the tree of life? That also is a good implementation of my E equals MC square. All of those angles, E equals MC square. It's all different digital graphs to understand everything. And it's very important, Now look at this example. Everybody looks at me like he's crazy maybe, but, oops. So I show you that movies have truth of evil, darkness, and all that, but how many times do they make Jesus in movies that you did not imagine or notice? Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, the lion? That motherfucker's a lot like Jesus. You see fucking Yoda? Yeah, that motherfucker's like Jesus. You see Superman? That's Jesus. You see Gandalf the White? That's Jesus in a sense of being a movie. And you see the deed or whatever, the head of Gryffindor? That dude cared a lot about Harry Potter. And then you got right there, it says Jesus the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say Jesus Christ. No offense to anybody living. It's just my own belief as far as feeling like I was coached by Jesus to get all of this understood. You know what I mean? So when I talk about that stuff, please forgive me for you feeling disrespected. Now, I told people also, when you look at the Ankh, which was original, you see down here that picture, they're talking about male on male and female on male, which is a little bit messed up how they're saying it, but still, that right there is an indication of why are my kids at school getting taught things they shouldn't be taught. It's part of this weird prophecy. You see that right there, that picture of that man holding that huge plate of beer? Imagine that being the world. You can't let go of it. You can't drop it. You got to be steady and stable, and you got to have balance. So these guys right here trying to explain what they explain, give me a break. Come on, how is it that I keep seeing these YouTube videos and commercials where they keep unlocking things that I'm already talking about? It's very unfair that nobody even pays attention to Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or any of that. They just push like, which is great for the people trying to help, but what about the people that need to actually spread the word? That is right there why we are falling in all seven sins, because nobody's paying attention. Everyone's worried about themselves. Everyone's eating or doing something to just try to fit in or feel better and whatnot, this and that, instead of taking care of each other everywhere, left and right. This is the thing that's actually destroying us instead of making life better. I've been going over it, how Earth is hurting, how we actually need to save Earth, and how all these movies are replicating, Bible prophecy. Every single movie you think about, it's always just pretty much putting the natural and unnatural. Why is scariest monsters in America? What monsters are in other freaking countries? You see how there's the seed, which is 1. You break it in half like a clock. But on one side from 6 to 12, on the left, you have G. And then on the other side from that same coin, you have D. So it's God, it's a seed. And then what is it? It creates life, and it ends up being a tree. And then that tree of life ends up not really needing to even have the mirror of up and down. But it's right there in front of you. And it has, what does it have? The Libra scales on the side, just like the Ankh. Doesn't that represent an Ankh, how life should be? So that's what I'm saying. Tree of life or death. I see a freaking demon kissing somebody and, giving temptation and destroying what was once beautiful and becoming something you pay attention to. The golden compass, how they have, demons in it. Why are you naming demons as kids' best friends? Why is that part of the conspiracy that's actually destroying us? You see Pan's Labyrinth based off some really scary, demonic-looking creatures, and they're supposed to be your friends? You see how people are starting to get less scared of the streets and thinking the streets are probably going to help them? You see that right there? I created that. 1 to 2, splitting that in the half. Then 3, you have a trifecta. Then 4, just like the medieval times of the flags. And then you see that one, the 5th, the quantum physics 5. You see how we knew about all this science way before everybody else even ever thought, or the people that actually been hiding it from us? No offense to you people hiding it from us. I already put my life on the line trying to learn all this, and it was very important to learn it because this is what will set us free. We've had technology for so long. To understand these quantum physics and get so far, it's the only way that we would have been able to have the principles to teach everyone today in so many different concepts, colleges, universities, and all these different types of studies. So you have it being like the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and just like quantum physics, what's next after 9? We haven't got there yet.